One. Hi everyone, I'm GamingNavi, and I'm here with one of my best friends, Luke. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You doing? Sure?
I'm just younging out right now.
So a couple hours ago, we saw the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League.
That happened.
The entire 4-hour adventure. And just for kicks, before that, I watched the original Justice League. And if some of you are wondering why we're playing Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 as opposed to a DC game, well, I made Night Owl from Watchmen, and I have freaking Batman Beyond as play as characters in here, so it counts. I also don't own any DC games for my Switch. And I wanted to do something my friend could be a part of because I like my friend. Hey, don't be my spider soda.
Sorry, I meant
yeah, we watched the entire 4 hours of the Snyder Cut. Yeah. So, what did you think of that adventure, Luke?
Well, I've said it. I'm a Chris. You know this.
What'd you do?
I said your name.
I don't care. Okay. I won't send my name on my channel.
Okay, well.
Even people I didn't tell my name to found out my name one way or another, okay? No one cares.
All right. Okay, no, I know you're keeping your face a secret, so I just didn't know.
Yeah, no one knows that.
If you would already know, if I thought that the face was the same way. Anyway,
nah.
I've said it before, and I will say it again. It is 4 hours.
Yeah. Is that all you're gonna do? We're looking for like some kind of important take. All you like is it's 4 hours.
No. I haven't seen the original Justice League since it was released.
Yeah, and for the sake of reviewing, I took a look at it earlier today for the first time ever.
Yeah,
we had a third guy with us named Ben, who friend of mine through work, friend of his through school. We didn't realize that he was kind of friends with both of us. So that's a funny story. But yeah, three of us all got together and we watched the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. And after watching the original Justice League, I can definitely say this is the better version. And in addition, I can say it's one of the best DC movies out there, even if it's 4 hours long. Of which case, I know there's going to be some people who will definitely shy away from that because, oh, it's 4 hours. That's way too long for some people to keep attention. It was hard for me to keep attention.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard for me to keep attention because I have ADD, that causes attention issues in general. I'm both simultaneously trying to watch the movie, maintain a parody Twitter account, and talk and joke around with you guys. Half our dialogue while we were watching the movie was
just riffing.
We were riffing for the movie.
We were riffing it so hard.
Like, we didn't go in thinking it was going to be bad. We actually heard, like, it's being reviewed favorably. And, like, okay, maybe we don't have to riff on it. But we did anyways. And half our jokes were just us talking about, like, oh, look, the Joker's coming in. Because we heard all the stuff about the Joker coming in the movie. And we were just like, oh, no, hey, guys, look, it's the Joker. We opened the blood box. Oh, my God, it's the Joker's in there. That was half our jokes because we knew Joker was supposed to be somewhere in the movie.
Wait, is this a spoiler or non-spoiler review?
Non-spoiler. Remember, they literally tweeted Jared Leto saying we love
are we going to spoil the movie in this review?
Probably.
I probably should.
Like, we'll try not to, but like we probably are.
We'll say something beforehand. If we're gonna say something. But I mean, I don't think I will. I honestly thoroughly enjoyed it. There were a lot of things I enjoyed how honestly, like, I don't mean to sound weird, but dark. Like, this was gritty. It was like straight up was really, like, I love all the Marvel films. Don't get me wrong about that.
But they all have like a cheery up like, you know,
upbeat, and it works for them. It works a lot for how it's written and how it has been for a while. But for recently with a lot of the movies like Suicide Squad and all the more recent
Birds of Prey was not a dark movie.
Films. Oh no, not
Birds of Prey was a good movie.
But you can kind of see they're trying to get
to that light and hearty. Everything's joyful kind of mood that the Marvel movies
trying to be Marvel. When DC has always been dark and gritty, probably a bit too edgy in the '90s. But over time, it's always had that dark atmosphere about it, and that's what I liked that they kept for it.
Yeah, like we got to see Steppenwolf actually go through and rip Atlanteans in half. An actual genocide.
That was actually surprising. Like
I don't want to sound sick and messed up. I was like, oh my goodness, that ripping in half was awesome.
Yeah,
you
could see the blood in the water. Like it was
in the original Justice League, we saw Steppenwolf as powerful. Quote, like, I put quotes on powerful there. Like, he's a threat, yeah, but I mean, it really wasn't clear if he really was supposed to be. But here, we're actually seeing him rip and tear through enemies like Doom Guy in Hell, and we're just like, oh, oh, we need to take this guy seriously for once.
No, yeah.
Okay.
And they also got more into his story. Like,
yeah, they fleshed out they didn't just get more to Steppenwolf, they got into everyone's story. Like,
yeah.
When I first watched the original one, I'm like, okay, it feels like we're just forcing way too many characters in here. We're forcing
it was really
Barry to be too much of a comic relief, and we had this whole, like, 3-minute scene of him talking about brunch or whatever. And that was just really lame. But then, in here, they cut out a lot of the really bad scenes and added in legit good ones. Some that I saw in the trailer for the original Justice League that didn't make it into that final cut for some reason, but we made it into the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, I know.
Like the, like Barry catching the batarang, and be like, can I keep this?
No, yeah, there was.
And we got to see J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon for more than one scene.
Yeah, yeah. And there was this was a funny. There was a funny joke from the Cinema Snob in one of the videos that he did, where I think it was one of the. I repeated it a few times while we were watching it, when we were talking about what got cut out. It was like, oh, that adds to the character. Best leave it out. And like,
really.
I felt that so many times.
They fleshed out everything with like Cyborg and Flash and Wonder Woman. They literally fleshed out each and every character in this version, and you have to wonder, okay, which ones were cut out, which ones were real. Also, side note, Batman Beyond flying through New Haven, New York is just too fitting. I want to see that. I want to see that crossover. I want to see 2099 Spider-Man and Batman Beyond fighting together.
Honestly, if you squint hard enough, it looks like Cyberpunk.
Okay, but back to the main focus of Justice League Snyder Cut. So, yeah, really good movie, and I genuinely enjoyed Ezra Miller's Flash. I didn't think I was going to enjoy him. Not in I'm going into this with a negative mindset, but just in Grant Gustin was perfect.
No, yeah.
I'm going to say that. He was a perfect Flash.
I did not watch a whole... I mean, I watched it it was such a long time ago.
I've seen all 5. I've seen the first 5 seasons.
I haven't seen... I think I stopped after the 3rd or
I'd say
4th,
stopped after the 2nd. I think 5th is alright.
I can't remember.
There's some neat things... Sure.
But I remember really enjoying his performances.
Yeah, and I didn't really think I was going to enjoy Ezra Miller that much. I thought, okay, he'll be all right. I enjoyed him a lot more. I even thought I was going to dislike the Flash suit, because I've seen it a bunch of times. I remember I kept telling myself over and over again, that looks way too bulky. Yeah. That looks like it's restricting his movement. That's not helping him as the Flash. But as the movie went on, I'm like, you know what? I'm enjoying this design to it. I genuinely... I mean, that was just something I saw with the original Justice League, too. It's like, I went with that with a negative mindset. I'm like, okay, I'm leaving liking this design of the character. Also, Aquaman's the best character in both versions of the movie.
I'll stand by that. Yeah.
There's one scene in the original Justice League that I'm actually kind of mad got cut from the Snyder Cut.
The one where he's sitting on the last...
Yeah, that.
I
thought that was a really good scene, because it added a bit to his character.
It did, but I felt like it kind of came a bit out of nowhere. Like, he's like, oh, I'm...
It was also the...
It was pretty sudden, but I still enjoyed it.
It was also the best scene in the entire movie.
Yeah, by far.
Not like that was hard to do.
No, yeah. I mean, my mindset going into Justice League was, okay... How is it going to be? How it can't be as bad as Batman.
We went, and so
That's
we
how
finally
I went into it.
Yeah, we finally went to this movie, and we've walked out really enjoying it. Yeah, and I'm genuinely glad we did this, all 4 hours of it.
No, yeah.
I will say that there was, for being a 4-hour movie, we knew it was going to be long, but it also felt longer than we thought it was.
Yeah, especially like the intro kind of.
The intro felt very slow and. We're like, oh my goodness, when we saw the chapter, like, it's a chapter 2, like, okay, sweet, we must be like 1/4 the way in the movie. Nah, we were still barely into it. And that was just very weird for us. Just look at that and go, huh, there's still like 3 hours. There's still more than 3 hours there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was something. I've sat through longer movies, and...
Like binging the entire Lord of the Rings director cut.
I did do that, but I was working on a paper at the time, so it didn't feel that long. The paper did. I felt like I was about to die. I'm gonna
switch to Night Owl.
But oh yeah, that's nice. But I was what was it? I told you about a Gods and Generals Civil War movie. Don't watch it. You guys out there, don't watch it.
We're not talking.
Are you a hardcore Civil War?
We're talking.
Don't watch it anyway.
Only Civil War you should watch is the Marvel one, and we're talking about DC while playing a Marvel video game.
Indeed, yeah, no, yeah.
Which is why I'm playing as Night Owl and Batman Beyond.
I don't know what you're talking about. Look at where I am. This is definitely.
Oh yeah, you're clearly in the golden age of a Batman. There, hold on, let me get there.
Yeah, let me get my guns out. Let me join quick to shoot the criminal.
But yeah, so this was just a much better movie, and a lot of things were cool. There were also some things that didn't make sense, like why was Martian Manhunter in the movie for a grand total of 2 scenes?
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah, it's spoiler for you. He's in the movie.
He's in the movie, all right. but like, you kind of, I honestly forgot he was there.
We saw him for like one scene, early on in the movie. We were confused as hell, but we kept watching, and then next thing we know, the movie's over. We're like, remember how what? It's like, remember? Hey, whatever happened to Martian Manhunter? And he's like, oh shit, he was in this movie. And then post-credits scene, we get to the post-apocalyptic future again, and then Batman wakes up, and then we see Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, he's just like, hey guys, I forgot I was in this movie too.
He just kind of came in, he's like, yeah, I forgot I was here too, man. Yeah. Almost like how y'all should have forgot the Joker was in the movie till that last scene.
You'll invite me to the next one, right?
No, it wasn't like you'll invite me. He invited himself because he's like, bro, I forgot I was in this movie. I deserve some screen time.
Yeah.
That is if the DC cinematic universe follows Snyder's vision now.
Honestly, if it follows any vision, I remember I think Ben Affleck said he didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah,
I heard a whole bunch of stuff, but honestly, after seeing the Snyder Cut, I will be very sad if nothing happens.
Yeah.
About it. Because it's just...
There's potential room for them to keep going through Snyder's vision while not including Affleck.
Yeah,
remember,
Affleck.
Because we're going to go to a little spoiler here. In the post-credits scene where we finally get to see Joker, Joker says that essentially this post-apocalyptic future that Batman keeps looking into is the cause of Batman not wanting to die himself.
Yeah.
And that he's essentially putting other people in his way.
So he's gonna be.
So potentially Ben Affleck can still follow the Snyder Cut the Snyder vision, while not involving him by having a big heroic death for Batman. Yeah, and that's really the most we're gonna say.
Essentially, he's Tony Stark. He's gonna be the next Tony Stark.
Except not that good.
Yeah, except not as.
They did a lot more interesting stuff. We got lots of future visions were there, like when they're trying to resurrect Superman, and then we see the freaking Victor Cyborg connect to the Mother Box and see a dark apocalyptic future of Superman killing everyone, Wonder Woman's dead, so is Darkseid shoved Aquaman's spear into his gut.
Yeah.
Again, this is a really dark movie.
Yeah, it got.
It's 4 hours long. It's dark. You're gonna need a couple bathroom breaks and definitely a lot of snacks.
Yeah, I had one.
We went and got ourselves some Red Robin, and we didn't buy the Zack Snyder meal box. Because that's that's $130. Yeah, it's $130, and I'm not sure everything's in there is worth it. You have to cook it all by yourself as well. Feeds 2
I don't
people.
mind cooking, but I'd rather.
So we went to Red Robin, got ourselves some burgers, and called them, and then we jokingly called them our Big Belly Burgers, just because we're nerds.
They made my belly big. I'll tell you that for sure right now.
Yeah. So back to actually focusing on the movie itself.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a bit of a problem we're running into this review with.
Oh yeah.
Is that it was a bit. There was a lot in there to take in and truly comprehend, so it's hard for us to talk about it.
Yeah, there was a lot. I just I'm just sad that things had to happen the way they did with what we ended up getting. All in all, original Justice League much better because they didn't have the "We Live in a Society" line. That's a joke. But this one was so much better.
This one was better, but yeah, Joker does not say "we live in a society" in this movie.
Yep, he was just playing it for the meme in the trailer.
We jokingly kept saying that throughout the movie. Matter of fact, at one point, Ben went to the bathroom.
We were harassing Ben.
Me and Luke went over to the bathroom. Just kept knocking on the door saying, "We live in a society. You want to know how I got these scars? Because we live in a society. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you a society." We just kept being weird, though. We just kept being weird around him.
Which, you know.
Yeah, despite being better, as I said, this was definitely a lot to take in, and I feel kind of made it a little hard for me to say it was truly great.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, that's a great movie, but, you know, it's hard for me to say it's anything better than that.
Right, yeah.
Because,
I get it, too.
I want to think of, we've talked praises.
Yeah.
I want to talk criticism now.
Okay.
And it's hard for me to do that, because, as I said, there's a lot in there. A lot to unbag. I mean, it's like they literally looked at original Justice League and said, okay, here's literally everything the fans did wrong. Let's cut these scenes out. Let's make sure these scenes make it into the movie. And let's make sure that the scenes I had planned definitely work better with what the fans want to see as well.
Yeah.
And go figure, that's what we got.
A bit pandery, I guess is what you could say.
It was definitely pandering a lot, but, I mean, for good reason. The DC Cinematic Universe has kind of been sucking as of late.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, yeah, Shazam and Aquaman and Wonder Woman 1 were great movies, but Batman v Superman is highly debatable. Yeah. Original Justice League, no one likes. And from what I understand, no one likes Wonder Woman 2.
No, yeah, it's been hard, especially with the two factors of how great the Marvel Cinematic Universe has gone. Only having, like, 3 arguably meh films in its entirety. Like, Thor the Dark World is by far the worst that they've had, and it's not horrible to any extent. It's not, at least that's from my perspective. I do really like Thor, he's one of my favorites. And I like expanding on his story, though I do understand why it's not held in a very high favor with the fans. And there's also the factor that you just had the previous Batman trilogy with Christian Bale being pretty much all great.
And you also have this Arrowverse, which is basically set up its own multiverse characters and heroes.
A very beloved TV franchise.
When you think about it, the Arrowverse really could have been the DCCU. I mean, could have been. They could have taken the Crisis on World X, the Crisis on Infinite Earths, and just made those into movies rather than TV show crossovers.
Yeah.
They could have just made those into movies that were canon to the show. Kind of like Kamen Rider and Super Sentai sometimes. They do that.
No, yeah. I see that. But, I mean, you could always keep with the multiverse thing, too, of having, like, I don't know, digitally put Adam West in our movie now and have him dance around or something.
But yeah, it's...
I mean, I'd be up for that. I'm always up for watching Adam West dance.
Well, yeah, but Adam West is dead now.
I mean, yeah, don't need to remind me, but...
I don't want to remind myself either. I liked Adam West.
He's my favorite. I mean, even though he did a whole lot more than just Batman. He was my Batman.
Yeah. So... Yeah, actual criticisms in the movie. Do you really have any? I mean, we gotta see lots of really cool things.
There were some parts where it dragged, but of course you need character. You can't just have a bunch of action, obviously.
They were necessary to the plot, but they were agreeably kind of dragging on.
I obviously wouldn't say it was a masterpiece by any extent. I'd never say that about any film.
Yeah. I try not to as well.
Yeah, it's generally just good to avoid that stigma, though. I did thoroughly enjoy it. It wasn't... It was really its own thing, and I think... Because with the I'm going back to the Marvel, they pretty much everybody had their own solo film before going in as a group.
Yeah, they were definitely trying to force themselves to have their Avengers movie before setting up everyone.
Yeah.
But I think for what they did, they're essentially trying to force in a movie for each character in this one movie.
Yeah.
And I can see why that both did and didn't work for them.
Yeah.
It dragged on a lot. But at the same time, it's definitely like, okay, y'all tried to rush this, and y'all want to try and stick to this. So, for what you've done, this is good, but I don't think you should have done this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to save Korg over there?
No, I don't care.
I'm kind
of just exploring a little bit.
Same here. Well, I gotta get down there to you. So, yeah, really, yeah, that's it. It just dragged on a bit too long. I don't want to be negative and say that I had any bad expectations.
Oh, yeah.
There really wasn't that much bad to speak about the movie in general.
No, yeah, I didn't really know what to expect when coming into this, to be completely honest, because I didn't really remember much from the Justice League except that I didn't really like it. I liked it better than I
saw the original
Batman
Justice League.
Superman.
It was bad. It felt they tried to force and everything. They couldn't do it properly. So, yeah, very much this is a very big improvement. We try and compare it to other Marvel movies. All we can really talk about how this one was trying to make up for them forcing in everything, but even then we still couldn't say, oh, it's really, here's a bunch of flaws. For us, yeah, it's good. 4 hours is a bit long, as some parts really drag on.
Yeah.
But it's still stuck true to what it wanted to do.
Definitely. If you're a fan of the franchise, I definitely recommend watching it. even if, like, because I know how, like, Marvel has that mass appeal where you don't have to be a big fan of the comic books or anything.
Yeah.
You can watch it, but definitely watch it if you're a big fan. It's definitely worth
Actually,
it.
I just watch in general. This is...
Yeah,
I'm not going to say this is worth exclusively buying HBO Max for.
No, definitely
But, I mean, there's reason to buy HBO Max.
No, there's plenty.
There's Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Doctor Who.
Whose line is it anyway?
There's freaking all regular shows on there. Crap ton of Studio Ghibli. There's lots of reasons to buy HBO Max in general.
Especially.
But I do want to say that this is one of the reasons I would say go and do it. Just not the exclusive reason.
No,
because I think Doctor Who alone is worth the $15 for me. Actually, the reason I paid $15 for it was because Fresh Prince, and I really wanted to watch that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I paid $15 to watch Fresh Prince, and
it's on my list.
Same.
It's on my list to watch it. I do. I don't pay for.
And
I don't pay for HBO. My sister does. I just
neither is my girlfriend. She's using my account.
Oh yeah. She got it in a pack with Hulu, and she's like, "You can have my Hulu." So I've had her Hulu, and I'm like, "Did you say you had a HBO Max?" And she's like, yeah, and I'm like, "Yeah, they got they got regular show on there. Can I have that?"
I really hope that this is the vision that the DC cinematic universe tries to follow from now on.
Definitely.
Because this is the definitive cinematic universe. Well, for DC, that is. Avengers is always going to be the top. So let's
film wise. But I don't want to compare them to each other just because they're obviously competing with each other, but.
Yeah,
as almost all are, but it's still one other thing
we forgot to mention in terms of improvements. Batman didn't suck ass this time. In the original Justice League, he was horrible.
It's like, all right, guys.
I made this tweet while I was watching the original Justice League, but it felt like Joss Whedon looked at the movie and said, and just looking at the internet, saw a bunch of memes about how Batman is just this guy in a bat suit with no powers, and thought, heh. I can make a movie about this joke. And then that was almost everything. We saw Batman get his ass kicked a lot. And basically rely on being in the bat tank, the bat jet, to basically fight because he was absolutely worthless. But in the Snyder Cut, we're seeing him fight on himself. He makes gauntlets to basically
he recreates Wonder Woman's whatever
her gauntlets
of power
for him, so that way he can survive Steppenwolf's magic blast things. I don't know what they are. And that was really good. We got to see him stand up and fight more, and made him much more interesting.
Definitely. I remember thinking it was like, yeah, guys, so I was in Batman v Superman, so I've had I'm a character, so you go do your thing now. And that's what I felt it was like. But it was still...
Yeah, and I felt like he's saying, like, hey, I'm still an important character. I know I was an important character in the last big DC Cinematic Universe movie, as was Wonder Woman.
But guys, we have 4 hours now, so we can all be awesome.
Yeah, we can all take our opportunity this time.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, in the original Justice League, it's like, okay, it's like, do you bleed? Gets punched to death, and he's like, okay, guys, Lois is the key. I don't know why Alfred brought her in a limo. It implies I brought her here.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we did it. We stopped Superman.
What was it? Oh, my favorite line, I think, I did not like Batman.
Also, they got rid of the stupid Russian family subplot.
Yeah,
that was in the original Justice League, Steppenwolf sets up his... Well, in both versions of the movie, Steppenwolf sets up his final base location in Russia, some former radiated wasteland. You find out in the original one, there's still people living in Russia, who's still living in that area because, they don't have anywhere else to go. Yeah. And here it's like, nope, it's so dead and barren that no one wants to live there.
Yeah. It was. I think they added it.
In the original Justice League, they had a stupid little subplot about them this one family trying to make it out and survive, and then get saved by the Flash.
I remember.
And in turn of that, we got Flash essentially take a really big hit, see everything go to shit, and then go back in time by a few seconds just so he can get things right.
Yeah, I remember watching...
Which was really cool and really powerful. We got a nice moment from him, which was saying like, oh, Dad, I'm so sorry. It was a really nice moment. I think that was one of the scenes that really helped me say, you know what? I like Ezra Miller for Flash.
Yeah. And I remember watching in theaters that scene.
That scene wasn't in the original.
Well, with all the family. The Russian family. I'm just like, why are we here? Why do I care? Like,
yeah,
there's like the action is over there. Go over there. That's what's cool. That's what's interesting.
And then we ended the movie off with a stupid race between Superman and Flash, and it's like, why?
I mean, that's a nice note to end on, but you definitely didn't deserve it.
It was also pointless because Superman references the stupid brunch scene no one wanted to remember. You really think people thought that scene was so funny that that's how they wanted to end the movie off on?
No, it was funny enough to never repeat again. I mean, I didn't hate it as much as you do because I don't really remember it, but that might just go to show. Yeah, that might just go to show how important it was to the story.
Yeah, I hated it.
But overall, Justice League movie was better than Batman v Superman, but that is not a difficult thing
Batman
to
v Superman was better than Justice League. You think so? Snyder Cut was better than Batman v Superman. I'm not saying I enjoy Batman v Superman, but if I walked in, you were watching it, I wouldn't argue. I'd sit down and watch it too. If you asked me if I wanted to watch it, I'd say no. Let's watch something else. See what I mean?
No, yeah. I mean, I'd say that. We're not talking watching the original
Snyder Cut. If you asked me, do you want to watch Snyder Cut? I'd say yes.
Yeah.
If you were
if I have 4 hours to kill.
Yeah. If you were already watching it, I'd sit down and watch. If you said, "Hey, we have the entire day off. What do you want to do?" I would legit suggest, "Do you want to watch the Snyder Cut again?" And then we'd do that. Yeah. Because, go figure. I actually enjoyed this movie.
No, yeah, I did too. It's not in my top 10 list, which I actually do have. But I don't think it'll be there anytime.
I'd say it's like...
time soon. It'd be in my top 20 for sure. For sure.
I think it's potentially making it in my top 20.
I
think it's potentially breaking into my top 10.
The problem is...
I'm not sure if it's going to make it in there. I have to go reevaluate that, but I think there's definitely a bit more space for it.
No, yeah. Definitely. It ain't no Galaxy Quest or Hong Kong, or not Hong Kong, King Kong 1930.
No,
33, but
I'm sorry. I think we're missing the true.
No, yeah, we're not.
I think we're missing the true cinematic masterpiece, Pluto Nash.
I have missed that many times because I've never watched.
I own it.
I'm aware of it. I
own the movie. I bought it for $2.
I know a guy named Pluto. Knew him. I buried him alive.
Oh.
Well, that's college life. They're Buckaroo. But yeah, what else?
I don't really think there's much to answer. Like a bunch of little tiny subplots from the original that could have been cut out. They kept around, like Martha Kent losing the farm. Like, okay, yeah,
I mean that was still
kept that around here.
Yeah, and I still ignored it.
We still ignored it, but for keeping it around, they at least made it feel somewhat more relevant by having Martha around in the movie a bit more.
She was indeed there.
Yeah, that's the most.
Or at least a little bit more than she was in the last one. I think she was just there at the very beginning, where it's like, oh, I've lost the farm, and then she was there at the end, where I have gotten. No,
she never even outright said it in the first one.
No, never. It was implied, which of course, show don't tell. But if it doesn't matter, how about you don't show it or tell it either way?
Yeah, and it didn't matter here, but they felt like it needed to be here. Yeah. So they stopped and took time to make it properly there. And more power to them. I like that. If you're going to force a pointless scene in your movie, make it feel less pointless.
Make it feel more awkward.
Not awkward. Make it feel more relevant.
It works.
Or present in the movie.
Yeah, it works. I did enjoy this movie, and I wish...
Lois Lane took a bigger role in this movie as well.
Definitely.
She was also...
And I like
Lois Lane was just kind of there in the original. She showed up in the beginning when there's people talking on the TV about their husbands getting probed, and I'm actually serious about that. There's some old lady in the beginning of the Justice League movie, and she's talking about how her husband got kidnapped by aliens and how they're gonna fucking probe him, and how she's gonna fight all of them if they even dare probe her husband.
I don't really remember that, but I don't think I want to.
Stupid as all hell. But in the end, yeah, Lois Lane felt a bit more relevant and present.
Yeah. She had her own comic, for Christ's sake. Treat her with more civility, more respect. She is a character.
It was just overall a good movie. Yeah. I'd watch it again. I'd say I'd actually want to watch it again. Yeah. I'd say, hey, you guys want to meet up and do this again? Yeah. I really don't have much bad to say about it.
I'd watch it again, definitely. I thoroughly had a good time.
I can't help but still feel like we're being somewhat vague. Yeah. So if anyone's going to comment that, I do want to apologize. It's just, this is not an easy movie to kind of talk about.
Yeah.
It's because it's big, it's bold, it's brash.
And we are none of those things. Or I'm not, at least. But
it drags on. It fits everything in perfectly at the same time. It's It's flawed, but not. It's not like that bad. It's good.
Yeah. And you took film classes, right?
Yeah, I actually took a film history course.
You took film. Yeah, you took courses about it. I'm very amateurish. I'm amateur when it comes to film reviewing.
I wish Ben was still here to do this video with us because he actually wants to be a director.
He's really big.
So he'd be much better at explaining this.
So yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm kind of sad he wasn't here. He would have just had a blast. But
yeah, he would have had a field day talking about this.
Maybe we'll have to make a second one.
Yeah, who knows?
Maybe get his opinion, Ben's 2 cents or his nickel.
Yeah,
I believe in rounding to the nearest nickel. Anyway.
Do you think he's rich enough to do that?
I am, so I just assume everyone else is. Welcome to America. Anyway, but yeah, honestly, it's so unique. It's really its own thing.
Yeah, it's definitely worth watching. If you know someone with HBO Max, say, hey, I want to watch a Snyder Cut, and annoy them until they let you.
Make them do it. Yeah, honestly, it's worth it. Definitely,
and then immediately go watch Doctor Who. Cause
I've been reading Batman comics since I was since a very young age.
I was watching the Batman animated series at a young age.
Yeah, and that
I have never been a comic. I've never been a comic reader. I'm trying to get into that, and I want to do it with Spawn. Yeah, I actually really fucking love Spawn.
Well, I do have a few. I have the my most prized possession is not the recreation of the Superman Volume 1. #1 that I have, but it's actually the origin story of Two-Face comic book.
Oh, nice.
That one's my favorite. It's
I have a couple of vintage Moon Knight comics.
It's an actual copy, or it's an original copy, and it's my favorite just because he's my favorite villain. But if you want any, let me know. I'll lend you a few. I also have a recreation of the first Batman comic.
Nice.
The first Batman and first Superman. I believe actually the Superman one was damaged when my room got flooded.
Oh, that sucks.
Really badly. But I mean, I read it. I had it, so I can still say I still technically have it. It smells like rot. it is kind of rotting, I think. Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just a hoarder, but yeah, I've been a big fan of the DC universe for.
I got one more flag. I got one more flag for you. At one scene, Clark is back in his old is in the spaceship. I don't know if it's Fortress of Solitude. I don't know if it's spaceship that Lex and friggin' General Zod used. Don't know which one it was, but there's a bunch of suits in there for Kryptonians and such in there. And we get to see the classic red and blue suit. We see him pull up the black Superman suit in there. I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get to see more fan service in that. For all the pandering they were trying to do, I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to see that.
Yeah, or at least
I would have killed to see the Kingdom Come suit in there, or just some of those.
Yeah, and obviously I made the joke about the red sun suit, which they obviously wouldn't have there. But I do agree. There were a few. I think there were a few. That was the most poignant.
I would have part,
but I feel like there was a few more parts throughout.
I would have killed to see a Spider-Man Homecoming style suit for Flash, where he gets the big armored one from Batman. He's been building that. Yeah,
like a micro suit or something like that.
And we just see some lame old bodysuit, and maybe something referencing the original Flash TV show or something. Maybe just see a little bit of fan service in that.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, complaining that there wasn't enough fan service. And there were a few instances where I thought it was
my other complaint. My other complaint is that the movie was also just colorly, in a color tone, very dark. Even the final battle, everyone is just a dark color. You have Flash in a dark maroon. You have Cyborg, who's like a dark metal. You have Batman, literally black and gray. You have Aquaman in his black suit because he doesn't have the orange one yet. You have freaking Wonder Woman, whose costume consists of red, yellow, and blue. They're all dark shades of those colors, so when they're all fighting Steppenwolf in the dark...
Which is cool. It was a cool fight still.
Yeah, cool fight scene.
If you can see it.
Yeah.
It was a bit dark. No, it wasn't I remember there was something with Game of Thrones.
I think we've officially made actual commentary now.
Yeah, I think so. We've met our quota now.
We've met our quota, now we can be shit for the rest of the video.
No, yeah, I like it overall. I honestly don't have much... There are movies that I've seen hundreds of times that I can just talk about for ages on end, like the original King Kong and a whole bunch of stuff. It was
I could talk about Ghostbusters for hours.
Pour over it for decades.
I could probably explain why I think Andrew Garfield was the best Spider-Man.
And that might just be because I've seen it so many times, and you know, I would love to
pour
my life into a 4-hour-long film. But the first time I've seen it,
I poured my life into seeing the director's cut of all the Lord of the Rings movies multiple times.
And that's so I respect that because those have Oscars.
Get on my level, scrub.
Those have Oscars, so I respect that. But I do really like it. And that's really all I have to say. Like, it's something that I definitely will watch it again, and will never watch the Justice League movie again, probably, unless it's just to riff on it, because that's fun.
Oh yeah, riffing is always fun.
Oh yeah, I'll probably just riff on movies that I like anyway. Why watch a movie you hate and riff on it just to be funny when you could watch a movie that you love and riff on it? It's just more enjoyable like that. It's like, oh, man. That's David Spade. He's a funny guy. Let's make fun of him just because I can.
I think we've officially reached our quota, though. I really don't think there's much for us to talk about here. Any last minute thing you can bring up? I've been talking so long, my throat's about to die on me.
About it.
Like, I just want to make sure we've covered all bases before we end the video.
Just as an ending statement, it was just better than Justice League in every way imaginable.
I'd actually argue I think it is currently the best DC Cinematic Universe movie right now. Even though it may not be canon. I've heard Ben told us that it potentially wouldn't be canon. It potentially
could, yeah. Yeah, Ben knows more about that than I would.
Yeah, Ben pays attention to everything.
Believe it or not, I've been focusing a lot on college right now.
I've been joking around on some of my YouTube videos that he harasses me at work. And even on my channel about the Venom 2 trailer. So this guy would definitely be able to tell us, like, oh yeah, no, it actually is, or, oh, news came... no. Oh. But he gives me a lot of shit for that.
Okay. No, yeah, honestly, I really enjoyed it. I'd watch it again. I'm trying to think of something else to say. They hashed out the characters better. Just everything, like, plot holes were fixed up. Big gaping plot holes were fixed up.
Yeah.
Like, it was just less crap. Like, and that's all you can really say. It was better in every way, and judging it of its own volition, if it would have came out, I think if it would have came out instead of what we got, they'd still definitely be making, I'd say they'd be making movies still.
I also think this is a movie that could have only been released in this 4-hour long
probably
thing. Because we're looking at this, and we're like, okay, if we even cut out some of these scenes, they're all important.
Yeah.
The movie is clearly designed to only be viewed in this 4-hour long length film. Also, you can only view it in fucking the 4:3 aspect ratio.
Right.
To quote, follow Snyder's vision.
As God intended.
Yeah, we didn't get to see the movie in widescreen. We only got to see it in 4:3 because that was, quote, what Zack Snyder always wanted. I guess my other complaint is, why is Joker in the movie at all?
Yeah.
He only showed up in the post-apocalyptic future scene.
It was essentially an end credit scene. It was just before
implying that he's going to show up somewhere there, but he might not. Ledger.
Yeah, honestly, I know I don't like to crap on. I know people love to crap on Heath Ledger, and
Heath Ledger? No, everyone loves Heath Ledger.
No, not Heath Ledger.
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. Sorry, I know people are gonna absolutely hate that confusion, and I understand not liking Jared Leto, but honestly, I think it was and he did do some really horrible stuff as the character. Outside of the
he's the reason why method acting should definitely stop.
Well, I mean his form of method acting. Like, I like Daniel Day-Lewis and everything. He's an angel in my eyes. But he did some really method acting should only be applied to certain characters, like Abraham Lincoln in the case of Lewis. But maybe characters that are the Joker and are pretty much seen as the modern epitome of evil. Maybe not,
Yeah.
Maybe just not apply it to that character. Now, I understand, that's kind of what he does with Dallas Buyers Club.
And I'm just going to stay in this pose for the rest of the video just so I can have trailer, so I can make a...
make a thumbnail. Where are you at? I'll go to you.
I'm in future New York.
I'll go to you. We'll make a meme.
I'm doing a Batman Beyond pose thing. I'm doing my brooding thing because I don't have a gargoyle to do it over.
I'll be
and I failed to make actual Batman in this, but yeah. So is that really all we can say about the Snyder Cut?
I think I was saying some more stuff about Leto, but yeah, about the Snyder Cut, I think we've.
Yeah, we need to stay on topic here, bud.
I don't think I can say much more else.
This is what happens when you get two ADD people to work on a video together.
Yeah, kind of just avoid the topic. But yeah, overall, I really hope that they continue, that they change their mind.
This is basically a room with myself, and it's funny because Luke even looks like me. We've got thick rimmed glasses, same color hair. Only difference is my hair is one big, long, luscious mane, and his is short as hell.
I kind of like to fuck around with it. Honestly, I really just hope that they expand on it. And if they don't, I completely understand why, because
Zack Snyder clearly wants to make artistically long movies rather than something short.
It's the Bohemian Rhapsody problem.
I'm not gonna say short movies because the original Justice League was 2 hours long, and so was Endgame. Oh, wait, was Endgame 2 hours long?
Endgame was 3. It was 3.
Shit. Never mind. Okay, never mind. Maybe he could make another 4-hour movie, and that would be the entire thing. Who knows? Just as long as it doesn't feel like it's dragging on.
A duo. We don't need more trilogies. We just need a duo. We just need
a two-parter.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Exactly.
I'm more worried about how they would do it box office wise, I guess.
No, yeah,
There's Spider-Man and Frankie.
We've got to have money.
We've got to get money. So yeah,
can I push
Snyder Cut.
Push you off?
I said.
Oh no, I took
dude,
over.
I'm trying to.
Oh wait, I don't know.
He's kidnapped Batman Beyond. Frankie has the Frankfurt Willis, the fourth kittens has kidnapped Batman Beyond.
Frankfurt Willis.
Oh, you swapped characters with me.
Oh, I did. Oh, well, now that's undone. Good.
That's a very Frankie way to take over someone's body. Let's be real. If Mars was here, she would agree.
Assuming he doesn't take a diamond and smash it down your throat and punch it further down. I've been working on character development in my own way. Yeah. A different thing. But that's something that will come to this world later.
Yeah, hopefully if we ever do Minecraft again.
Or
if
I start writing that book that I keep telling myself I'll write.
Yeah.
So, Me and Mars, but I think that is a dream long forgotten.
That's a talk for another day. So until then.
Trailer pose and
trailer pose. And join me for a trailer pose, and then
assuming just let me go over here. Yeah.
Alright, now I gotta reorganize my camera. There we go. Now Spider-Man gotta try there we go. Spider-Man's officially out of frame, and it's focusing on both of us.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, definitely. We'll see you all. Hopefully Luke will see you all in the future.
Oh yeah, I like this. This is fun. Yeah. We should talk about movies more often.
You should join me and Quentin when we talk about Sandler movies. But that means you'll have to be willing to sit down and watch Sandler movies.
I'm always up for a Sandler movie.
Okay, we need to focus on the topic. Ending the video. I'll see you all next time. Y'all come do it, like, comment, subscribe. I'm not gonna tell you to do it. Luke, do you want to tell him to do it?
Not yet.
Luke doesn't.
The first time, nothing again. The first time's got to be special, you know.
I think this is my first time doing this.
For me, my first time's got to be special.
You're still.
I'll do it when we start live streaming. All right. How about that?
I'll see you all next time.
He's gonna start live streaming.
Luke, we need to close the video up. We're past 42 minutes.
Oh man.
I love y'all. Good.